Hello everyone! So today I'm going to show you how to wire wafer paper and how to put it in a branch, and we are going to make this eucalyptus wafer paper branch. So what I'm going to use to make this eucalyptus is craft punch. Just a regular craft punch you can buy in a craft store. This is in a size 1 inch, and a piece of wafer paper. I already started making my petals, and I used the craft punch and I cut. So for one branch we need 24 wafer paper circles in a 1 inch size. Because I already have some, I just cut a few for you to see what the next step is going to be. So the next step, we are going to wire our wafer paper, and to wire wafer paper I'm using 28 gauge white wire, and this wire is cut in 4, so this is just the one piece of a whole 28 gauge wire. And I'm going to show you how to wire wafer paper. So I have 2 circles made out of wafer paper, and wafer paper has 2 sides. One side is smooth and the other side is textured and like bumpy side. So you can see they are just a little bit different. And to wire wafer paper, I want to have my bumpy side on the outside on the both sides. So I'm going to place my wire in between 2 smooth sides of wafer paper. I'm going to use my Wafer Glue, and this is the glue made out of wafer paper and water, and I will put a link on my stories for the recipe how to make wafer paper glue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a thin layer of glue on one side of my wafer paper, place wire like this. So you can see the wire is 3/4 of the way, and place another piece of wafer paper on top and sandwich them together. So now I have my wire in between 2 layers of wafer paper. So I'll do the same. I have smooth side wafer paper up. I put a little thin layer of wafer glue, place my wire 3/4 of the way into my wafer paper round, and I place smooth side down on top and sandwich my wire in between 2 pieces of wafer paper. And I'm trying to make them stick well enough and hold its shape and just be looking like this. And if some pieces are misshaped and one layer is on one side and the other layer a little bit on the other side, doesn't matter, because next step, so now I have 2, and for the eucalyptus we need to make 12 of these wafer paper circles sandwiches, wire sandwiches, and you need to put them on the side and let them dry for maybe 10 to 15 minutes. So now I have my pieces dry. I pre-made them a little bit earlier today. And next step, what we are going to do is we are going to shape them. And the easiest way to shape and form your wafer paper is just by using regular scissors. I use this one. These are non-stick scissors, but you can use anything you like. Not this one, because it's just a little bit too hard to work with. And I use just a small scissors, and I'm just cutting around to form my petals. And it doesn't need to be precise. I'm just going to make them in a drop, like a teardrop shape. Next step, I'm going to show you how to color your wafer paper and how to add texture to your wafer paper. So to color wafer paper, I'm going to use my favorite wafer paper conditioning mixture made out of glycerin. This is just food grade glycerin, and I'm putting 1, 2, 3, 4 drops of glycerin in my bowl. You can see it is thick, like corn syrup, like food grade glycerin. And what glycerin does, it helps wafer paper stay soft and pliable longer compared if you're using just water or just alcohol. Second ingredient in my wafer paper conditioner is water, just regular water. This is distilled water, but you can use cooled down boiled water. And I'm adding maybe 1 teaspoon in my bowl. And I'm going to add green food coloring and brown food coloring. So if I'm taking just green gel on my brush and mixing in with my wafer conditioner, I do not like the color. It's so bright. It just, for me, when I put it on my wafer paper, it looks too bright and too loud, if I can say so. So I'm going to add a little bit more of this green. So maybe just another drop. And I'm going to add 1 drop of brown food gel, because it will help to mute the green down and make it look more forest green compared to just bright green. And the nice thing about working with water and glycerin mixture, it will dissolve gel colors much easier compared to vodka or Everclear, and your colors won't be left in chunks or pieces. So here's what I have, and I'll use a small piece of wafer paper to do a test if I like the color for my eucalyptus. And I still have a little bit of green in my brush. So this color is not so bright, it's just green. So I'll put it on the side, and I have my petals here, and I'm going to use a foam pot. This is just regular flower foam pot, but I will need it to dry my petals and to help shaping my petals. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting my petal on a table. I load my brush with the glycerin and water mixture, and I'm making sure that my brush just damp, not soaking wet. And I'm painting my wafer paper leaves on both sides. And I'm putting them on the side to dry just for 1 minute. I'm not trying to saturate my petals, and I'm not trying to melt wafer paper, but just enough to color and to soften wafer paper leaves to make them pliable, because it will help to vein them and add texture. What I found that works for me is going and making about 4 leaves and then going back to the first one and vein my first one. So now I have my 4 leaves on the side, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use just Peony veneer. This is the Peony veneer, but I love this veneer, this exact one, because it's so soft. So you can see how soft the silicone is. So I found that this Peony deep cut veneer works wonders with the wafer paper. So now I'm taking my first leaf that I colored, and I'm checking if it sticks or not. Now this leaf is a little bit too sticky to my liking, So if I put it on my veneer, it will stick to my veneer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of cornstarch on both sides of the leaf and check again. Now it isn't sticky, so I'm placing it in my veneer and press it and hold for a few seconds to develop all the veining and texture. So I hope you can see that these colors are and veins very pronounced on wafer paper. So I'm going to put it on the side to dry, take my second petal and do the same in the veneer with cornstarch, press and hold. So again, I have nice texture on my wafer paper and it almost look like gum paste and it takes texture very well. If you're working in a much drier room, you need to work faster or just paint 2 petals, for example, and then vein them and go back, paint more, and then vein. If you're working in a really humid condition and your petals and it takes much longer to dry, leave it longer. It depends on your room and your humidity and your conditions in the room. Next step, I'm going to add just a touch of pink, and I have more petals prepared here on the side I made earlier. So I'm going to use a little bit of pink food gel straight from the bottle and I put it on my table. And I will use a small brush, much smaller brush. So I load my brush with pink gel color. And I'm going to go on the outside to paint pink edges. To add some visual interest and just for fun. So I have my petals and I'm going to assemble them in a branch. All my petals are almost dry, so I'm going to bend them 90 degrees and assemble in pairs because that's how they grow on a branch. And I'm putting the smaller leaves closer to me because they will go on the branch first, and larger one will go on the bottom. For these leaves I used 28 gauge white wire, but for the stem I will use 22 gauge green wire. So that's what I'm going to use for the stem. And what I'm going to do next is use a green half width tape, floral tape. To activate floral tape, you need to pull it apart and activate the glue in between. So I'm going to attach my floral tape to my wire and add my first leaf and my second leaf at the same time. Pulling them down. So this is going to be the beginning of my branch. And then I'm with one hand I'm pulling my wire up, and with the other hand I'm pulling my floral tape down about half an inch. Now I'm going to add my second layer, the same. I'm adding my petals, my leaves at the same time because they grow on the same level and wafer paper is relatively light, so I have no problem of wiring them together at the same time. But if you feel more comfortable working one leaf or one petal at a time, do whatever makes you happy. So again, half inch down, I'll place my third layer. And it is totally fine to just place them, wire them together, and then go back and readjust the position. Half inch down and my fourth layer. And I have these leaves in different colors because I made some of them a little bit earlier, so some of them brighter and some of them a little bit darker. But I like it that way because it looks like some parts of the plant are in the shade and the other parts are in the sun, so it adds some interest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my last row of 2 leaves. And I'm going to finish and tape all my wires together. And now I will go back and assemble. So this is my first layer, this is my second layer, and they grow 90 degrees like the on the opposite to the previous layers. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to place them in an interesting arrangement. And now you have it. Wafer paper eucalyptus on a wire, and you can see I made it 3 different color, but it doesn't matter, you can make them larger if you want. This one is the small one because I only used 1 inch this craft punch to do the leaves. But if you want to make your bottom leaves larger, you can cut them freehand or you can use larger craft punch. I have, for this one I used 1.5 inches craft punch for the bottom leaves. So that's how you make your wafer paper eucalyptus, how to color wafer paper, and how to vein and add texture and make wafer paper conditioner.